Hello, folks. This is Kevin from Good Day, Good Prayers. Hope you're having a great day. Today is a beautiful day. There's some rain, but it's still a beautiful day. Today we're going to talk about the things that Donald Trump says. I will tell you this: when something is controversial or something seems to be off of the beaten track, and Donald Trump says something about it, you can take it to the bank with you. Because Donald Trump, for the last 40-some years, has always said things in such a way that it always turns out to be the truth. So if he should say something and you don't hear the media really talking much about it, especially when the outcome turns out to be in Donald Trump's favor, well, you can take it to the bank with you that he was right and they were wrong, and so they don't want to discuss it. And that happens every single time. A lot of people say a lot of really cruel and mean things about Donald Trump, but they never ever turn out to be true. If Donald Trump was guilty for any of those things, there would be proof. The unfortunate thing is that every time Donald Trump says something, there always turns out to be proof. That should be the scary thing for everyone that is on the wrong side of history, because that's exactly where you're at if you go against Donald Trump. Now, you can disagree with that all you want. I really don't care. The fact of the matter is, you can be as wrong as you want to be. Donald Trump, the other day on Truth Social, said that Joe Biden was executed, and that clones and robots and actors in CGI masks were the ones that portrayed Joe Biden during his administration. I think you're going to discover that that's the truth. I knew that 4.5 years ago, and let me tell you why. There's a man by the name of Derek Johnson who happens to be an expert in military protocol. And he has stated that when there is an inauguration, as opposed to when there is a funeral, the difference of the 21-gun salute is the number of cannons that are involved. Now, from what I understand, and I may have it the opposite of the way it actually is, but this is how I understand it. If you are doing an inauguration, there are always 4 cannons involved. All of those cannons are shooting off down the line at the very second that it's supposed to go off, and it just continues. 4 of them. And it continues until 21 shots have been fired. If it's a funeral, there are 3 cannons. And it goes like this: boom, 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 boom. During the inauguration of Joe Biden, there were 3 cannons. So all of a sudden, for whatever reason, Donald Trump happens to say it on Truth Social. Now, I noticed this on the day of the inauguration in 2021, and a lot of other people have noticed it as well. So Derek Johnson was correct way back then, And I'm certain that probably Donald Trump knew this. What would have happened that would have caused Joe Biden to have been executed? Well, the fact of the matter is, and it is a proven fact, he cheated during the 2020 election. When a person cheats during an election, that's called treason against the American people. And if you commit treason in that way, what happens is that you are executed. Joe Biden, 3 weeks before the election, said to the people that were in his audience, "I don't need you." He says, "We have already set up a way in which I'm going to win." And he says, "There's nothing anyone can do about it. It's already set." And sure enough, he won. Well, the United States military at the Pentagon got word of this. Now, there are literally two militaries. Barack Obama had stated during his time as president that he was going to set up a second military as strong as the first military. Well, the first military, about 80% of which wound up going toward the alliance. The other 20% wound up going with this rogue military, which was actually the original military, the military-industrial complex. Now, there are many, many parts of the government that are made up of complexes. The military-industrial complex, the health care industrial complex, and so on. It just goes on and on and on. And all of those industrial complexes are controlled and run by the globalists, specifically the international bankers. And the fact of the matter is, which I say in every show, so I'm sorry, but the fact of the matter is that they were in charge. Now, President Trump in 2017 did a worldwide tour in which he went literally to every country, and he got a peace treaty signed. Well, that was not acceptable to the globalists, and so what they did is they cheated Joe Biden into the White House. Well, when that happened, the military alliance tried him for committing the crime of treason against the American people, and he was executed. I'm almost 100% sure of that. I heard that 4.5 years ago. I did see the 21 gun salute, and I certainly believe that that is, in fact, the case. Because it was very interesting. None of the faces of the people who were supposed to be Joe Biden actually had the right-looking face. Every one of them was a different shape. And one of them was actually 6 inches taller than the rest of the people that were supposed to be Joe Biden, and including Joe Biden himself. He was around 6 foot tall. All of a sudden, they brought in a ringer who was 6'6", and you didn't see that? Well, I'm sorry. A lot of people didn't see a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, I believe that this is going to turn out to be a situation whereby President Trump is right again. I also am hearing about the Elon Musk, Donald Trump friction that is going on. And he is talking about Epstein and Donald Trump connection. Donald Trump, when he found out what Epstein was doing with little girls, he kicked him out of his Mar-a-Lago club. And when the government agencies and court were trying to convict Epstein. Donald Trump was the only person that came forward to give evidence against Epstein. So Donald Trump is going to be found out to be not a part of any of this. There are going to be no pictures, there are going to be no videos, nothing of what he did wrong, because he didn't do anything wrong. There will be a lot of other people who will have done things wrong, and those people are going to try to accuse him of also doing wrong. Well, there is a difference. All of the videos are in, and there's none of Donald Trump. So, once again, President Trump will be found to be innocent of any charges that might go against him, especially when he tries to bring all of those people to justice long before he ever became president. This is Kevin from Good Day, Good Prayers. Please remember to give us a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe to both of our channels, DSR Chats as well as Good Day, Good Prayers. And most of all, you have a good day. A good day always starts with good prayers, and if they reach the throne of God, you will have a good day. Good day.